Can you tell me the specifics of the just war theory?
Yeah. So what I've done is I've categorized it into three parts. There's before you go to war and you consider war, how do you engage in war, and then what follows. So the first we could call the justice of war. And this is before you engage in it. So Jesus says before you go to war, you have to count the cost. Can I win this? So what is the Christian tradition? First of all, there has to be a just cause. Typically, this includes self-defense against aggression, defense for others. To stop genocide of a weaker nation or a tribe or something like that, or a severe injustice. What we would not support is expansionist wars where you're killing to take land or resources or something like that. So just cause is important. Another one is legitimate and competent authority. And so in America, it would be the president and the Congress. So the president is the chief commander in chief. The Congress declares war. And this is actually in terms of modern warfare where there's a lot of debate on the American side. If those who are given the authority to declare war, then that's more just. But a general can't, in general, just start, fighting and whatnot. The right intention, the goal should be to achieve justice, to restore lasting peace, to correct a wrong, not for petty revenge, conquest, or self-interest. So if that guy hurt my feelings, I didn't like that speech he gave to the UN, I'm gonna go send a few rockets. That's not okay. Also, last resort. We want to make sure we've given diplomacy a chance, and do whatever is necessary. That when we do go to war, it is regrettable, but we feel like there's no other choice. And then there needs to be a reasonable chance of success. War requires putting men and women into danger, and so if you cannot win, and there's no chance you can win, the general rule of thumb has been find another way. Lives are at stake. So that is before you even go into war. And then there is how do you engage in warfare itself. And there's several of those. One would be discrimination, that you only attack military personnel. This is one of the striking things about terrorism, Islamic terrorism right now, is they will often hide in populous areas, hospitals, homes. And because they know the West, influenced by just war theory, doesn't want to harm the innocent. And so they hide behind them in a rather cowardly way. But as a general rule, we would say you don't harm the populace, don't harm the innocent. Those who are fighting, you would engage with them. Proportionality, the force used in any specific action must be proportioned to military objective. And so you just don't want to destroy a city and say, well, you had it coming. You want to be victorious, but there's a limit to how much damage to cause. And there needs to be a clear military advantage in the actions taken. But then finally, so you win the war or whatnot. How should we carry ourselves afterwards? And this would include fair treatment of the defeated. So no excessive punishment or exploitation. So the Romans, if you were the king defeated, they would heap shame upon you. Throughout the world, you would publicly shame, exploit, use them for propaganda. And we would say that's just not appropriate. That's not justice. That's vengeance. That's nothing that is of God. And we actually believe that we should do what we can to restore peace. And that may be rebuilding the cities that were destroyed. One of the great legacies of America is the work we've done, particularly in Europe and in Japan. We can debate the nuclear bomb and all that sort of stuff, but it was America who went into enemy territory when the war was over with. We said, okay, hostilities are over with. Help us, or allow us to help you rebuild. That is unique in human history. If Julius Caesar spared any lives, it was probably to enslave them so that they can build their own city. But rather what we did was we spent our money, our treasure, to say, let us help you rebuild. That is particularly influenced by Christianity. And we want to make sure lasting peace and justice reigns. So if you have something like Nazism or something like that, You want to make sure Nazism is done and that it doesn't come back. And so one of the things America has done, whether it's right or not, is we do have a presence in places where there once was warfare. It's really to keep the peace. Now, whether we've gone too far with some of that, that's a matter of debate. But that's sort of the idea there. Is okay, we don't want any more war. And if that means we keep a few troops stationed here to keep a lasting peace, what we have is peace. And that's our goal. We do not want any more war. So that's the general outline of just war theory.
Okay.